What is going on, family? We are back with more Raye today, and today we have decided that we are going to start the album journey with her newest project. What is it called? This album may contain hope. Did I get that right? Oh, it's on the screen. It's on the screen. This music may contain hope, not album. This music may contain hope. A lot of you had mentioned about doing this, that this album was set up in chapters of seasons, and I guess that the start was with the fall season, and I have looked it up to see where that ended because I wanted to make sure that I didn't mess it up. But basically, as soon as it says Winter Woman, that's when we're swapping seasons. So the beginning of this project is the fall season. So let's strap in and let's see where it takes us today, friends.
Allow me to set the scene. Our story begins at 2:27 a.m. on a rainy night in Paris. Cue the thunder. Autumn leaves blanket the concrete, the sky is dark. A woman in her late 20s walks from a bar to her hotel. She has no umbrella, she is 7 Negronis deep, and she nurses a hole she is desperately trying to fill. Her eyebrows were plucked, she wore fake eyelashes and a red dress, yet no one at the bar would notice her efforts. Though disappointed, she is no stranger to rejection. She has weathered many storms that she herself has become the girl under the grey cloud. As she was walking alone in the rain, chin to her chest, arms wrapped around her waist, a perfect storm was brewing. This night in November would prove to be the catalyst, a culmination. The perfect recipe for the girl under the grey cloud must finally make way for the rain. Ingredients as follows: her loneliness, the vermouth, the scratching of the zip on the left hem of her dress, the echo of a belittling assessment she had received from a man earlier that day, and a voice note from her grandma that would say,
"Call me, please. We need to pray."
I was just thinking to myself, I was like, this sounds like the whole story from the one we just did with the I Will Overcome. So apparently we just started there. So I don't know if I should let it rock or not, because I have a whole review of that song. I think I'm just going to keep my words to myself again about this one, and let the song play so that way we don't interrupt the flow of the album.
She exists behind it. She will overcome it.
500 steps left to make it to the front door. My red high heels click, click, for many 2 drinks. I feel my backbone threaten to greet the concrete below me. Who wants to be in Paris, drunk and alone, with a phantom of a past love, niggas in the cracks of the cobblestones that I march on, and it haunts me and it taunts me. And suddenly in the reflection of a Chanel boutique window, I can see the old me and I hate her. I feel syrup strands of blue moonlight pour through the clouds to find me out like a spotlight, as if heaven's watching down to illustrate briefly the state of my mind. I have black cat-eye glasses, so I look chic as I cry. And it's funny, some people say I remind them of Amy. Some spit through their keyboards, I'll never amount. And the evil and insults, the arrows from your tongue is the same devils you tortured her with. Anyhow,
the wall between hope and despair. She exists behind it.
She will overcome.
500 steps back and I was doing so well. While scrolling I sighed of everyone online who is so much happier and content and complete. To feel better, I shall arrange a sad little feast where I will jump up and down on my bed in my grief, and I'll play Edith Piaf and I'll dance and I'll eat chocolate left, maybe I've lost count. My battery died, so I'm not sure if I turn left or turn right. As my eyes gather tears, it's as if it was staged. How the night skies above start to thunder and rain like a Hollywood movie, with some sad exceptions. No lover to kiss or promised happy endings. I'll swing round this street lamp and I'll give you a story. You may say I look crazy, but I won't even care. Aren't we all broken people, just perfect how to hide it? And life's guarantees that we're all going to die. So am I going to live like this all of my life? I'm not okay right now, but I'll get there somehow. Wicked world wants to whisper, you can know, you won't be, you will know. So go home and shut up and go see. This is my song to remind me I need it all. I will over her horizon, and it is the wall between hope and despair. She exists behind it. She will overcome.
Now that's how you start a project.
Deep in the heart of the South London concrete jungle, there lives a strange creature. Beware, the South London lover boy. Girls, stay safe out there. You stay prepared. South London lover boy. Beware, beware. It's so scary.
He'll line back to your doorstep, spliff hanging off his lips. He'll grab your arm and squeeze it before he leaves his bucket. He's just so charismatic, and he talks as if he's doing road. And he says, I'm too toxic for you, darling, but when we kiss it feels like home.
Beware, the South London lover boy. They know where to find you, especially when you're home alone too. Beware, pull up on you in an old black car, start reading poems out the window. He's not looking for a heart, just your pillow to rest his head. Girls, stay safe out there. Best you stay prepared. He's South London lover boy. Beware, so aimless, so dangerous.
There's another side to the story. There's a mean kind of beast still lurking, and it hunts these streets, and it may call you by a whistle if it finds a pretty woman. The first thing, take care not to antagonize it, to don't offend its fragile ego. Stay calm and kind of polite, the darling, as the outcome could be lethal.
Beware, the South London lover boy. They know where to find you, especially when you're home alone too. Beware, pull up on you in an old black car, start reading poems out the window. He's not looking for a heart, just your pillow to rest his head. Girls, stay safe out there. Best you stay prepared. South London lover boy.
Alright, girls, wherever you're listening, in your house, in your car, walking home
Classic
from
Raye
work
flip.
after dark, I need you to repeat after me. Stay wary, girls. It's scary out there. Sing, girls, stay safe out there. Sing, girls, stay safe out there. Sing. Best to stay prepared. Sing, stay prepared. Girls, stay safe out there. Sing, stay safe out there. It's best to stay prepared. She needs a girls, stay safe out there.
Stay safe out there.
Best to stay prepared. Oh, girls, stay safe out there. Best to stay prepared.
He's not looking for your heart, just a million.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's talk now because we let the first one play because we've already shared our thoughts on that in a whole different video. So now we'll have to get into a little bit of talking about the project now. The thing that I really like about it is that there's such a audio visual that you get with her music this way, especially with this project, where you don't really need a music video in order to paint the picture in your mind. She's a really great storyteller this way, so that when you just listen to the music, you can picture the story. You can just visualize everything in your mind that way, right? So it's like a really awesome journey that way, which I think a lot of artists have a hard time like being able to do that, right? So that's number one. Number two, this feels a lot like a musical play, if you will, where it's like, you know, we're telling stories, at least through the beginning of this project, we're telling stories, and each one it reminds me like of a musical, like a play, where it's like, here's part one, and here's part two, and we're gonna go into part three. Like each song is like its own step in the journey, like a musical, right? Where we go from the reminder of who we are, the reminder to, you know, pick ourselves up and to carry on, if you will. And then we go into the next chapter of like, and now let's talk about some lover boys, right? Once upon a time, there was a boy from South London. You know what I mean? And this is like for lack of a better word, the fuckboy song, right? Where it's like, hey, everybody knows what I'm saying when I say that. Where it's like, there's a lot of like excitement around these kinds of people. No matter what generation you come from, everybody had their version. Everybody had their cool guy version, right? Where it was like she painted the picture, like, you know, what kind of car he was driving, what he's going to be doing, what he's going to be saying to you. Like, it's all the same kind of thing. And it's like a type of personality, right? And no matter what day and age we're coming from, no matter which decade we're talking about, these guys have always existed. These guys have always existed, right? So, like, again, it's like, if you know, you know, right? So you can already imagine it and picture in your mind, right? Whether or not you have known and fell for the lover boy, if you will, or if you're a lover boy yourself, you know what I mean? Or maybe a reformed lover boy. Maybe you used to be a lover boy. I had plenty of friends, especially back in the military, that were just like this, right? Where they were the cool cats leaning up on the side of the car, you know what I'm saying? Smoking their cigs, you know? Can you believe that smoking cigarettes is becoming cool again amongst the young people? Against the youngest people? The young adults of the world are smoking cigarettes again? Come on now. I mean, I get it. They're quite amazing. They're quite magnificent, but they are so bad for you. So I smoked for so long, and I've been off of cigarettes now. I'm really proud of myself. It's been 6 months since I've been off of nicotine, like completely off of nicotine, no nicotine at all. So I'm really proud of myself for that. Every once in a while I think about it, and I'm like, man, but it's, again, in a true form of an addict, I think about smoking every single day. I miss it every single day, man. Like I said, it's so wonderful for your brain, but terrible for your body. It's not good. It is not good, and you should never do it. And that's the thing I tell our people all the time, right? Especially those who have never smoked before, is don't ever try it. You're going to like it too much. They lied to me. And they gave me all the worst reasons to never smoke, right? And I didn't listen to any of them. I went and did it anyway, right? And that's why I've been trying to tell the people in my world, right? Well, like, don't do it. You'll like it too much. It's a thing you're going to enjoy too much, and it's just not something that you really want to dive into. And I can promise you that, because like I said, I still think about it every day, even though I'm quit now. I still think about it. I still miss it. I still every once in a while think like, man, let me just go buy a pack and I'll be all right. But like, as soon as I do, I'm back in that rabbit hole. But anyway, that's for the lover boys of the world to do now. You know what I mean? The lover boys are supposed to smoke out here in these streets. Oh my God. Okay, I think we have one more song for this autumn collection, right? I've been liking the way that this has started. Like I said, I like the fact that I'm able to actually listen to an album without having to necessarily pick in all the visual side of it. I can kind of just close my eyes and jam. And again, with Raye, I feel like she's a great artist to do this because you can get all of the storytelling from the audio, you know, just from strictly from the music itself. You don't need any kind of visual tie together to help tell the story. Even though the videos have always been cool, you don't really need them. You don't really need them. Like she paints the picture in such a way where it's like she sets the vibe that way. Like, you know, it's like reading a book where like a good book, you don't need a visual. You don't need it because you can see it already. You can see it in your brain. And that's why I feel like she's like a step above a lot of these artists this way. And in traditional fashion, like I said, I call it a Raye flip. That's not really the probably proper term for it. But the Raye roller coaster turn, you know what I mean? Where it's like somewhere in the song we're just gonna tempo change and completely change this thing up. So she had one of those in there, really, really cool. And let's get into the next song, friends. What's the next one called? The WhatsApp Shakespeare. Okay.
Once upon a time there was a girl and there was a serpent. Oh, and her name was Eve. And she took a bite from the apple. And the story ain't this dissimilar. Many, 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 many moons later, she'd be deceived by a very own traitor. And he wouldn't even my type on paper. So sweet poetry he would write. The WhatsApp Shakespeare killer we call him. Lies to climb into your bedroom.
It should be illegal for her to have these drums so aggressive, baby. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. She shouldn't have drums like this. They're making me feel some sort of way when she's trying to tell me a story here. She's trying to tell me a story about Eve over here.
Once upon a time there was a girl and there was a serpent. Oh, and her name was Eve. And she took a bite from the apple. And the story ain't this dissimilar. Many, 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 many moons later, she'd be deceived by a very own traitor. And he wouldn't even my type on paper. So sweet poetry he would write. The WhatsApp Shakespeare killer we call him. Lies to climb into your bedroom door. Now you're fighting for your life on your bedroom floor. And then the devil did send him. Heart of blue black venom. My mother knew when she met him. Wolf in sheep's clothes, oh, but in this case denim. Cold blood venom. Oh, I want them on the ghost of her daughter. As he lead me in like a lamb to the slaughter. Yeah, yeah. Sounds very dramatic, don't it? No modern day tragedy, I call it. It's a true story. Oh, how he romance. Oh me, oh me, oh me. He WhatsApp. Call me with a wherefore. True love. He strikes again. Oh, he's a cursed kisser. He romance. On me, on me, on me. Romeo, no. I was a fool to love you then. Juliet must run. Juliet must vanish. Cut him off savage, he must be banished. WhatsApp Shakespeare killer. I was still breathing, baby, just barely breathing.
She's giving me the goosebumps. This one, big dog. Oh my God. What a way to describe. She's going down a path, baby. She's going down a path. This one made a splash in her world. She went from South London fuckboy vibes. What you call them? South London lover boy. Sorry. And then the WhatsApp Shakespeare. That you're really good. You're a Shakespeare through the WhatsApp. Oh. She said behind the phone, you're perfect like Shakespeare. Like she compared him to Eve, like comparing the situation to Eve and a serpent, where it's she's even said like he wasn't even my normal type. But I still fell for it. I still fell for you, the one who said I ain't like the other ones. How many times have we heard that? Well, I'm not like them. I'm not like your exes. I'm not like these other persons that you've met. And this is both sides of the fence here, ladies and gentlemen, right? Where the ladies do it just as much. They be Shakespearean as well. So it ain't just the boys. But let me tell you, I feel like the guys lie way more. I'm gonna be honest. The guys lie way more, I think, than women do. I think women are pretty honest in a lot of cases. There are always exceptions. There's always exceptions of people who definitely lie. So I don't want to say that women out here don't be lying. They don't. You know, but the majority of men will lie, especially in the beginning, to try to get you to like them, right? Or to try to get you to like us this way. Where it's like there's a lot of like pretending to be something that we think that you want. Where women, it can be the same way, but a lot of times they're always kind of still being themselves. Where I think a lot of times guys are kind of putting on a front, and that's kind of the picture that she's painting with these lover boys, these serpents in disguise, where it's like you paint yourself as this picture but you're not really that person, right? You are like a snake in the grass. You are this lover boy person that's like, you feed us lines, you feed us this Shakespearean beautiful stuff that we just eat it up, but none of it's real, you know?
Grandma had to bring her Bible.
Hold on, Grandma's talking about Grandma bringing Bibles.
Juliet was from Juliet was Spanish. Cotton off side, she must speak Spanish. What's up, Shakespeare? I was still breathing, baby, just barely. Grandma had to bring her Bible. Sister wanna hunt him down, but only Jesus can save him now. Like Lazarus, I did right. Miracle she could survive. Lost accent in the dead of the night when the light in her eyes left with him. Hostess earrings, go get him. Oh, our mother would then mourn the ghost of her daughter. Lead me in like a lamb to the slaughter. Yeah. Sounds very dramatic, don't it? A modern day tragedy, I call it. Not with thy flesh, but with thy words he would. Romance, oh me, he wants that. Call me with a wherefore art thou true love. He strikes again. Oh, he's a cursive kisser. He romance, oh me, wrong you know. I was a fool to love you then. Juliet was from Juliet was Spanish. Cut him off savage, he must be banished. What's up, Shakespeare killer? Run Juliet, run. Silence on notifications. Forward this text to at least 10 people, please. I bleed from thy tongue. His weapons of mass seduction. My midsummer night nightmare dawn. End up like me. He's still out there. Romeo fraud, he's a 6'2", sick mother, 5 months minimum recovery. From a sweet lie to the all-out Shakespearean voice notary. Though I'd like to clarify, no one did die in the story, but I didn't side when I found out I was one of 7 of the leading ladies. Starring in the new romantic thriller. Ooh, he's a cursive kisser. He wants up, call me. Wherefore art thou true love? Hollywood romance. Where once I lived in the palm of his hand.
Great flip.
And at the time, how could I understand? Why now I ask you to forward this message or face 7 months sadness? You better run. Stick it to the man. You better run while you can. Fat you's outside. Must learn the art of airtime. You never must reply. You must take the chance of this fake Prince Charming, aka the ones of
Shakespeare. Again with the classic Raye sideways turns with those roller coasters where it just all of a sudden now we're just in big band. Now we're all in big band stuff like jazz music and oh my gosh, she almost like just incorporates it like sprinkles it in with like every song. Like let's just incorporate some like music from the 1920s. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of how it feels. It's like all right, and here we go with the 1920s part. You know. Where she's up there and she's singing for the people in the restaurant. You know what I mean? Like, you remember those days when people used to like go to those kinds of like those establishments and have dinner and there was a singer up there with the whole band. Oh my God. Wow, how we have come so much far from that. So far from those days. So far from those days. I really like the fact that she's kind of like a hip hop rapper. I was like, hip hop rapper. What the fuck am I saying? She's kind of like a rapper or a lyricist. The way that she spins things together with the concept, right? With like this particular song, right? With the WhatsApp Shakespeare. There's a lot of like ties to Shakespeare with it. Cursive kissing, the Romeo and Juliet stuff. Like a lot of it ties back to that concept of the Shakespeare, right? Where it's like, you are the one writing in this cursive, this beautiful language, that you speak this way, like it's of this thing, right? So it's like tying back that concept, but the way that like a lot of lyricists will, when they like, you know, do specific flows on whatever, right? Where within that kind of music. So I think it's really cool that she does that. It's so, I feel again, like to compare her to somebody like Amy Winehouse, I was thinking about that again because of I think about it in a lot of the songs because like I was thinking about like all three of the songs that we listened to right here. And like, she made the comment, we've talked about that in the other video with the comparisons to Amy. But it's not even, I don't even feel justified. I don't even feel like it's even somewhat justified. She doesn't sound like her. Like, the fact that she incorporates big band type music doesn't necessarily make her Amy Winehouse. I don't feel like anybody's ever done anything the way that Raye does this. That I feel like she is so unique to this, where, again, there's like a call, like I said, I'm going to have to find something to call it, the Raye flip that I kept saying, where it's like, that already right there, kind of signature. The fact that she incorporates the random, again, like the big band sound to it, like that jazz kind of feel to it randomly, with also having all of these flares and these reminders of it just feeling fresh and new at the same time. It doesn't feel old. Like again, like we have like the little outro section where it reminds me of that, where it's like, oh, it kind of sounds like oh, let's do a more modern version of those kinds of things, right? But it sounds new. It doesn't sound like it came from there. It sounds fresh. It sounds exciting. And nobody else has doing it like this. And that's the same. As much as I love Amy didn't do that. To even compare the two, it's really not even justified in the first place. So, look, I really hate that comparison, And, again, we talked about that a lot in the other review where just comparing artists to each other. I'm not a fan of that at all. I feel like Raye stands in her own lane this way, and to try to compare her to anybody else is just not fair. You got compare her to herself. Compare her work to her own work. You know what I mean? There is no other comparison. What she's doing is one in a million of like nobody else is doing this, and nobody has done this. That's what I think makes her magnificent. Is she's a wonderful storyteller. She's original. She's authentic. She's unique, and it seems like everything that she puts out is just like her story. In so many ways. And to think that it happens to people like her, shows how it could happen to anybody, right? Where it's like somebody who's more at the, I don't want to say top of their field, but more like, successful within their field, and somebody who is out there pursuing their dreams the way that Raye is. If it could happen to them, it's going to happen to all of us. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of the truth of the human experience, is that nothing is really above anybody. Everybody is susceptible to all forms of what we all go through this way, and I feel like that's what's cool to hear from her perspective, is that it still happens to everybody, right? It's like, and like, not to say that we want it to, but it makes us also feel relatable, because a lot of times we listen to some artists and some music where it's like they seem so disconnected from the reality of what we go through. And yes, a line like, I'm wearing my, what did she call them, Cartier shades, or whatever, designer shades. Like, not all of us can do that, but but at the same time, it still feels relatable to the rest of us that way. You know what I mean? Where it's like, even when you look your best, you can still have a bad day and still cry, and like, doesn't mean everything's gonna be great just because you look amazing. So anyway, I said I wasn't going to talk about that song, and I did a few times, man. I repeated some of the same things I said in that same video, but hey, I guess it's how the music just is speaking to me this way. So, all right. Well, I appreciate you, friends, for coming along with me on this journey as we go through this album, and as we have gotten through the fall section of this project. I'm excited to jump into the winter section and see what happens next. And until that next video, we will see you guys soon. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody I love them. And if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room. Bye.